That's ski resort level snow. It's not messing about. Alright, so this week's video, a few people have asked me about the process at Catterick for if you're rejoining or if you're starting from fresh, to be fair, but basically loads of advice. So this week I thought I'd get recruits that have currently completed what we call the Infantry Assessment Course and just chat to them about their experiences, what tips they've got, and they can give it to you instead of me just sat there giving it to you. So we're just off to meet them now. I put an Instagram post on last night for what questions you wanted me to ask them. So I've got some of them good to go, and then I've got a few of my own as well. We'll be covering stuff like what is the Infantry Assessment Course, what's the process to rejoin, how they've found it, a bit on fitness and all that sort of stuff as well. Alright, catch you shortly. No, you need to face it.
I don't know.
Alright, cool. Just introduce yourself.
I'm Private Hutchison. I've been out of the army for 5 years now.
5 years.
It took me a while to find a job. It always comes down to who you know. Doesn't really matter what qualifications you got. So I started working at the airport, and I was just doing 6-month contracts, Edinburgh Airport. And I was doing that pretty much the whole time. And then COVID happened and I lost my job. Yeah, there's people still looking for a job that I know. They're still looking for a job. I was quite surprised how quickly I just jumped back into it. I was coming down thinking I'd rather just do phase 1 again and just start again, but doing like the section attacks, platoon attacks, it just came back quite naturally. So I say it now, but I did enjoy the exercise. There was times I was like, yeah, I just couldn't believe it. Got a big South African shouting at me. I'm like, what's going on here? I'm in my house for a year just doing nothing, then I've got a big South African beast in me. I'm like, maybe it's not for me. Nah, I'm only joking.
If you could just explain a little bit about what you've just done for the last 3 weeks.
Well, we rocked up on the Sunday, done the whole COVID testing thing, got cleared, getting us into the whole system again, medicals, getting new kit issued to us. We got weapon handling done in the first week as well, and then got down to the real business on week 2 with a week exercise in the field. Yeah, it was good. It was nice to sort of get the corp webs out again, and then just crack on with what you used to know and sort of forgot when you got out of the army. It was good to get into it again, and then just remind yourself and refresh your mind on what you're doing and why you're doing it.
So what were you doing, like attacks and stuff like that?
Yeah. So we started off like at the beginning with section attacks, and then finished off with a good platoon attack on a building.
I was previously a Royal Engineer for 12 years, so I've been in Civvy Street for 6 years. Decided to come rejoin, just with difficulties back home, COVID, no jobs.
So you joined the army, went Royal Engineers.
Yeah.
How long were you in there for?
12 years, joined in 2003.
Oh, fair play.
Yeah.
That's like half a career.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I got to section commander level.
Nice.
So and then things just happened. Decided to leave. Try new ventures.
Yeah.
Thought I'd give Civvy Street a go. Actually went travelling for a while. Went to Australia, New Zealand.
Cool.
But then we came back to the UK and things just weren't really going the way I planned. I didn't want to carry on doing minimum paid wages jobs like that. So.
What sort of jobs were you doing?
To be honest, I was just like labouring on sites and stuff. I had carpentry and joinery as a qualification, but because I didn't really touch it, didn't really use it whilst in the engineers, you kind of really can't fall back onto it. You can't compete with the lads that have done it since college.
Yeah.
So you're already on the back foot.
Fair enough. So what was the main reason that you got back in?
Work purposes, yeah, so I can support myself financially, support my mother, because obviously I take care of her, care for her. So I needed a stable job with a guaranteed income per month.
Okay.
And the crack with all the lads.
So how's it been since you've been back in? Because I take it's been a while.
Yeah. No, to be honest, I regretted leaving. So, you know, these 6 years that I've been out, I've always been pondering, shall I get back in, shall I try it, shall I give it a go? And then I thought, right, just mainly because of COVID, like, look, I need to get back in, get my pensions restarted. So I've only got like 12 years, 14 years left to a full pension.
Yeah.
Where I can retire and chill out.
Nice. Smash that out.
Yeah, definitely.
Easy money.
Easy money, yes.
Alright, cool. So where are you transferring from?
RLC.
Why?
Phase 2. So I joined up thinking driving would be, you know, a nice, steady life. And then once I got into phase 1, started going on a few exercises, going on the ranges, I decided I was more into the soldiering side of the army rather than being a driver. I've also got family that was in the regiment, my brother's in the regiment, so but yeah, that's the thing to do, transfer.
Okay, cool. So when did you actually start training?
I started Harrogate, the 12-month course in Harrogate.
Yeah.
I think it was September 2019.
Yeah. Finished that. Started phase 2 where? Oh, sorry. Phase 2 Leckensfield.
Yeah.
Okay, and how far did you get through that before you were like, do you know what?
I got my Cat B licence, started on the Cat C. I got my C theory, started on the Cat C in the lorries, and that's when I decided even more, I definitely do not want to do this. So I believe I'll be going Belize in September, and then 2022 it's meant to be a 2-year post into Cyprus.
That is a gleaming start to battalion life. So in your first few years of being in the infantry, you'll have done infantry training, move to Chester, which is mega, and then go to Belize before going to Cyprus.
Yeah.
Right, so the thing that I put on Instagram last night was that I'm going to be chatting to these guys, and I asked for your questions. So now I'm going to be asking a few of your questions from Instagram, and I'll get the honest truth from these gents. Okay, right, question number 1, so if you go for yourself. How much training did you do before the assessment course?
On a personal level, I did go on a couple of runs just to get myself the joints going again, just to get the feeling of it again.
How old are you?
I'm 38, sir.
How have you found it coming back into training?
Surprisingly easier than I thought it would be. I thought I was going to struggle to keep up with the young boys, but I've not really. I think if you've got the motivation and you want to, you can just keep going.
Yeah. What are skills that are transferable from a different corps or regiment and going into the infantry?
Harrogate, you'll do your TACX 1, 2 and 3, and that's just your basic soldiering skills like going through section and platoon attacks. And when you bring that to the infantry, they're the main skills you need, but here you'll just develop on it more, and you'll need to be more switched on and understand your role even more.
You obviously transferred from the Royal Engineers. What would you say was like a decent or a few decent transferable skills that help you out over this side of life?
Well, obviously you've got all your basic soldiering stuff that everybody seems to go through. Transfer that over to the infantry, you develop on that, you hone in on the skills, but engineering wise, Royal Engineer wise, so you go into the assault pioneer route in the infantry, so you could be doing all your stuff like counter mobility, water supply, all the things that Royal Engineers can bring to the table, but you do that in-house. So I'd say that probably be a route if you wanted to go into the infantry.
Right, one of the main questions that you lot ask is about phys or fitness stuff. So let's go straight away. How's your experience with the fitness side been in the infantry so far?
Running, lots of running, sprints.
Yeah.
What sort of prep were you doing in terms of rejoining?
To be honest with you, I didn't do much running. It was more having heavy weight on your back.
Okay.
Because, to be honest with you, that's what you're doing most of the time.
Yeah.
Just condition your body, like, you know, just try and do a lot of body weight exercises, like, you know, overarm pull-ups, dips, press-ups, sit-ups. Just condition your body, core strength. So then when you're carrying weight on your shoulders, you know, you're not relying on your shoulders to keep the weight forward or whatever. You've got a decent core strength, so you're not buckling your back or whatever. So, you know, prevent injury.
You don't have to be a you don't have to be a finished article. Like, they build you up.
Yeah.
Before you know it, like, you know, you're saying you're at a really high standard without even realising you put the. Do you know what I mean? It's just so effortless.
So the course is designed that you will start, as long as you hit the base standard to start with, you'll do an entry test. If you can hit that, then the course is designed to get you from point A to point B. So as long as you just turn up to all the phys lessons that are put on by the PTIs and try your hardest, you'll hit the output criteria for what we need you to do. My point on who said running with, you said like getting used to weight. I think rejoin is probably fine because you know a little bit more about it and you've already been trained a little bit. If it's new to you, you can do it if you want, but I'd say just get better at running. You can build up that sort of endurance strength through just going for a longer steady state run. So obviously you said about 3 to 5k, extend that to 8 to 10k, and you can start to build that endurance up and maybe put some more hills, a hillier route or whatever it is. And that is that for this week's video. So I hope that's answered a few questions. Loads of you are asking me questions about rejoining or transferring from another part of the army into this one. Hope that's answered a few questions. It's much easier than me just giving you some answers. I thought I'd get it from the guys that have actually gone through it themselves. So thanks to them, thanks for watching, and if this video has helped you, please like, please subscribe, and leave a comment if you've got more questions. I really appreciate it. Cheers. All right, catch you next week.